He had a tricky business, one designed to fool you into thinking you were calling a local locksmith for help.
But you were really calling a telephone boiler room. They gave you cheap quotes, but you'd end up paying a lot more once the real locksmith arrived.
Problem solver Rob Walchek says things haven't gone so well for the man behind this scheme since he put him in the Hall of Shame. Rob?
Hello, Monica. I gotta admit, he thinks big. He had 199 complaints with the Better Business Bureau when I started investigating him. Now he's got even more. So what do you do when the heat gets to be too much? According to one of his ex-employees, this guy moves his operation to a place where no one will bother him.
There were a lot of people calling and wanting their money back. A lot of people.
Things haven't gone so good for locksmith Meni Agagabayev since I exposed him and his business earlier this year.
I don't create business to crush others. I create business to success. And God bless me.
Boy, things have changed.
Where's Meni at?
That I don't know.
It appears the locksmith/movie star is bailing out, moving out, getting out before he gets any more attention.
People know what's going on. They know the name of Run Local now.
Run Local Locksmith, a nationwide empire that made many millions.
I don't think so. I want to explain to you about my business in the middle of the street.
Why not?
Because I don't want it.
Well, I want it.
So what do you want? That doesn't mean you're going to have information from me about my business in the middle of the street. Is surprising me like I'm the killer.
In February, I was the first reporter to ever confront the biggest cheese in the locksmith industry.
How'd you get in the locksmith business?
That's something I don't want to answer. But I'm legit like everyone.
But for years, television stations around the country had been exposing Meni's company.
Are you trying to rip people off?
Have a nice day.
Here's why. Meni's business, Run Local Locksmith, spent lots of money with Google and Bing and Yahoo buying up locksmith ads in major cities across America. No matter where you were when you were locked out, the first ad that would pop up would be Run Local. You might be in Dallas or Denver thinking you were calling a nearby locksmith, but the phone would really ring here in the call center in Center Line, Michigan.
I would say I was in the area. I have someone close to you that I could send to you.
Manette was one of the people answering the calls.
Do people lie and say, oh, I'm right outside of Seattle or whatever?
Yeah.
Run Local was just a middleman company. Manette and the other operators would then call one of the real locksmiths on this list, who'd actually make the service call. Here's a dissatisfied customer.
I watched him open the lock, 20 seconds at most. 20 minutes later, handed me this key, handed me a bill for $500-something.
Why so much? Run Local, the middleman, was taking a big percentage of the money, so the real local locksmiths had to charge more. And they did. As many as 30 operators worked around the clock here at the Run Local office, dispatching locksmiths all over the U.S. and even parts of Canada. The money was rolling in.
I saw the numbers when they all added up on paper, you know.
And what were the numbers?
Over a week, over $100,000 a week.
$100,000?
Yes, over that a week.
$100,000 a week? Man, Meni Agagabayev was living the American dream. First step, make a lot of money. Second step, become a movie star.
I killed it! I killed those. They're gonna put me in the movie.
That's Meni Aga, his screen name, in a trailer for a movie called Mobster, about an Israeli mob boss who's a ruthless guy.
He's smart, ruthless, borderline psychotic.
Did you pay for the movie?
You're asking for my private business on the street. I don't want to answer.
When I put Meni in the Hall of Shame last February, he was on top of the world. His movie was coming out. His locksmith biz was booming, and he was spending lots of bucks fixing up his new house in Macomb County. Then things got rough. Manette says Meni started railing around the office.
Fox 2 is not going to stop me. No one's going to stop me.
Then she says Google refused to take Meni's ads. Magazines across the country did stories on my story, and business started drying up. Next, Run Local was exposed on a national ABC news show.
You were running a bait and switch on a grand scale across the country.
Okay.
What do you say to that?
I'm making it happen.
Now, months later, Meni's movie still hasn't hit the big screen. His house, which was full of workers and fancy cars last winter when I began watching him, is up for sale. No one answered at the door. The Centerline call center is all but abandoned. According to Manette and other ex-employees that have contacted me, many moved his phone operations to the Dominican Republic. Juan Tolbert, one of Manny's last loyal employees, answered the door when I came knocking.
You moved the call center down to Dominican Republic?
I didn't move anything, let's get that straight, but the company has made a few choices, and that was one of them.
Tolbert says they've changed the company name, but he doesn't know what the new name is. He defended the Locksmith King.
I've known Manny for a long time, and if it's anything about him that I do know is that he's not a runner. I mean, he faces his responsibilities. Anything that has happened in the past, he's trying his best to correct any errors that he may have made, and I'm helping him do that.
Manette says she now feels guilty about working for a company she says was just out to make money by taking advantage of people when they were at their most vulnerable.
Nothing. They don't give anything about them, about those people. They don't care. They don't care that they're, old women that are locked out that don't know any better, charging $300-400 for a lockout. That's just insane.
As for Manny Agagabayev,
I'm legit like everyone.
a man who claimed to be a legit American businessman.
I do things straight, legit. God bless America, and God bless you too.
It seems the all-American tax man is after him for at least $62,000. You know, that always seems to be the way those mobsters get taken down. You're in the Hall of Shame.
Juan Tolbert admitted to me that they hooked up with some rogue locksmiths who were overcharging. He says he only deals with Manny via email and doesn't know where he is. Manny Agagabayev hasn't contacted me, even though I've left cards at his house and his office. His websites appear to have disappeared. But I don't think this guy has given up. He does have his call center up and running in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, and I'll bet they're fielding calls from people right here in America. Probably not under the Run Local name, but I wouldn't be surprised if you called a locksmith and you got one of Manny's people.
Who knows, possibly speaking Spanish. But you know, this is kind of scary because this guy knows what he's doing, even if it's not on the up and up. And he's not dumb.
No, he's a smart guy.
And he looks kind of scary, Rob.
Yeah, he's kind of a scary guy, and he's a very sharp guy. But you know, if he could do a business where he could use his brains and use his ingenuity, and maybe not deal with such shady characters beneath him, and maybe have somebody guide him into doing things legally and ethically, he could be the star he wants to be. Yeah. Right now, he's not.
Whatever happened to his movie?
The movie has not come out, and I'm looking forward to seeing the movie. I want to see the movie. I would like to sit with my cameraman and eat some popcorn and watch Manny the actor.
Who knows how that'll turn out? All right, Rob.
Thanks, Rob.